my truck today, out doing some shopping. And the thumbnail. Now you're probably wondering, what is that about? Well, we got newcomers on here that may not know, but 11cardreading at yahoo.com is my email. And if you email me, I will give you a personal reading for free, just like I do on here. I pick like 11 cards and just give you what the energy feels like. Okay, and I see Irene. I want to say hello to Irene and thank you for the offer of wanting to buy me a set of cards, but I'm good with cards. I have the Oracle deck from Divinely Guided Tarot. I have my Mage Tarot deck, which is over 40 years old, and Lee sent me the Light Seer deck, and I have St. Michael. St. Michael was sent to me from Lee, maybe 10, 15 years ago. She gave it to me when I first met her. So I'm good because I like to read the energy, and I don't need to be overloaded with cards because that's not what I'm reading. I'm just reading energy, okay? The cards are just helping us to see pictures and get confirmation, okay? I really don't even need the cards. I could just sit here and talk, but to me that would be kind of boring. Thank you for the compliment, Irene, and I'm going to get started with the Oracle deck. Okay, we have awkward silence, okay? So some of you may be feeling like you don't know what to say, but the energy actually today is the opposite, okay? That's why I'm to give you the email address and shout it out and shout out free readings, because some of you are being too silent. We're supposed to right now get more bold. We're supposed to get more talkative, okay? Now, I know last week I was mentioning that, and Shen had asked, well, am I supposed to give my number out to people? You know, what happens if they're psycho, etc. Okay? But that is the energy coming back. The energy coming back is to put it out there. God will take care of it. You know, putting your email address out there or your phone number out there, you have the right to ignore them, block them, talk to them. So get out of your comfort zone, I guess, is what I'm saying. Try to get rid of the awkward silences. And I'm also drawn to the picture because the picture is Star Wars. And the Force be with you, I heard on the radio today. And this card came out too. So Star Wars is very important. If you've never seen Star Wars, watch it. If you have never heard of it, watch it. Star Wars is very spiritual, and I think it really describes my path. Okay, so yours too, okay? So it's nice and sunny, as usual. I'm always getting these sunbeams on me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle the Light Seer deck. And the other thing, too, that I was told is to explain the 11 card reading. Basically, how I got that was my number is 11. I've been here 1118 with several zeros behind it times. I'm a very old soul. 8111 adds up to 11. 111 is perfection. 8 is a new cycle we're going into, infinity, leaving the matrix. 7 is God's number. That's where I came in on. So there's a lot of deep connections to everything. This ain't just something that I threw out there as a make-believe land YouTube channel. Okay? It's very deep, and I don't explain a lot of it, only when I'm supposed to. So you get bits and pieces of it as I go, as they tell me to. Okay? Now we have the 4 of Cups on the bottom. Now, I'm drawn to, again, the picture. Yesterday, I think we had a guy looking like this. Today, we have the girl looking like this. So, Maybe the guy got over it, but now the girl's in this mode. And it hooks in with that awkward silence. It's just like you're just sitting there, humdrum. You just don't know what to do. You just don't know what to say. We're trying to break that with this energy. This energy is swirling. Stefan Burns, if you follow my Twitter account, I put everything on there. That's Rebecca Booby 11 at Rebecca Booby 11 on Twitter X. Okay, and the sun's going nuts, and Wages World too. The sun's going nuts. So that energy is what is going on right now to get us out of this mode. Okay, and I'm only drawn to the picture, even though it's a Four of Cups. I'm just drawn to the picture. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, and again, I'm drawn to the picture. That's how we're supposed to be feeling compared to this. Okay, if you're driving, you might have to watch this later, because this seems to be a pictorial today. Sometimes it's not, but today it is. Okay, so that's how we're supposed to be acting, and this is how some of us are acting. So we're trying to break out of that mode of just sitting around. Like today, I'm out in my truck shooting this video. Yesterday, I was out in the sun. Okay, so we got a Ten of Swords, and it's in reverse. Maybe you're waiting for some more truth. And that's what I'm hearing, and that's where I am too. I'm kind of at this point where you hear all these readers say, oh, someone's coming to talk to you. Someone's coming in with some truth for you. Well, nobody's knocking down my door with all these truth bombs, you know. So maybe you kind of feel like the Ten of Swords upside down. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune upside down, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune here is lots of change, and here it's like I'm getting the energy of just stagnant, okay? So this is making sense, isn't it? We got awkward silence, right? Then we're supposed to feel this way, and we're actually not. We're actually feeling this way. So it's making lots of sense, isn't it? We're waiting for some truth to come in, and we have a Ten of Swords and a Wheel of Fortune upside down. So it makes sense, but what I'm getting is we're not supposed to be waiting. We're just supposed to be out there doing and acting as if it's already happened. Now I know that's kind of hard, ain't it? I agree. Okay, let's get some more information here. Let's see what St. Michael has to say. Yeah, it's tough. And we want to be authentic, and we don't want to be fake. So we don't want to be out there doing cartwheels if we really are crying inside. Okay? So we got to get over to crying before we can do the cartwheels. We're on the right path, St. Michael says. So that's assuring, isn't it? Now I see Gary there. Hi, Gary. Yeah, it's a different way of doing things. That's what energy is. Energy reading is all about going with the spirit. So if the spirit says, go outside and do a reading, that's what you do. You don't say, oh, no, every day I sit at my desk and I do this reading. You know, reading energy is very swirly. So yes, it's a different format. I can't put a thumbs up, what's up. I don't know about that either. We just know that it's thumbs up. It doesn't matter what Google thinks. Okay, so you're on the right path, and I'm glad you're here, Gary, live. And that's good to know that we're on the right path. Now, a favorable outcome is upside down. Okay, now that doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. What it's saying is that right now, your way of doing things is not working out. So I'm going to kind of push rewind, okay? In order for this to be a favorable outcome, we've got to rewind. We've got to get through the awkward silences and start being more bold, being more different. Like Gary asked, is this a different format? Every day should be different. We shouldn't get into that rut of doing the same thing every day. Change it around. And some of you aren't doing that. Like, let's say I do this podcast every morning, 7 a.m. You're never going to see that, because then I'm running the show and the spirit isn't. So it's going to be here when it's here. Okay? Now, that's the awkward silence, getting bold, doing cartwheels, getting I just hit the horn. Now that's confirmation. It's getting out of the home drums. It's getting out of the waiting. I'm waiting for what? You are what you're waiting for. You are what you've been waiting for. Okay? So your way is not producing a favorable outcome. You're on the right path, St. Michael says, but your way of doing things is too mechanical, too matrixy. Wow, that makes sense, huh? Yeah, because you can easily get into a rut. Well, I always do it this way, especially when your brain says that. When your brain or you hear yourself say, well, I always do it that way. Wow, stop, pause, pray, and say, well, let's change it up. I always wear my makeup that way. I always do it this way. I always ride my bike at this time. I always go to the store at this time. That's what we're trying to break. We're trying to break free from our routine and do stuff differently, because it's not going to be a favorable outcome if we keep running the show. Okay? Now, we have the hanged man. Okay? So that says new perspective. Everything I just said. We have to have a new perspective on life. Our way, we're on the right path, but we have to get a new perspective. I'll give you an example. We're walking down the path and we're feeding the birds. Okay, we're feeding them bread. Well, we're missing a lot of things because we're feeding them bread. We're actually missing a lot of the leaves and the branches and the trees because we're so focused on throwing the bread on the ground, and we're watching the squirrels and we're watching the birds, but we're so focused on the ground. But that's the way we always walked. That's the way we always did it. Okay, well, let's stop feeding the birds for a minute and let's concentrate on everything in the middle or the top. Okay, see what I'm saying? That's a weird analogy, but it's what came to me. So you're on the right path, but do things differently. A new perspective. Isn't that funny how that card just comes out, huh? And what's feeding it? Yep, the searchlight card. So search for different ways of doing things. Oh, I always wear black t-shirts with pockets. Well, start wearing red t-shirts with pockets. You know, you don't have to get rid of the pocket. Just change the color up. Keep searching for things. Okay? And then we have, what are we searching for? We're still searching for truth. This is the Queen of Swords. We're still really wanting some truth to come in. And we keep hearing that it's going to come in. They're just going to be knocking on our door waiting to tell us. Yeah. Okay, well, balance. Balance is the key. So once again, we can end with the kind of energy of everything in balance. So does that mean that every day I'm going to come here at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and sit in the parking lot before I go grocery shopping and do my reading and wear a red t-shirt with a pocket? No, it means I'm going to change the way I do things, but don't get stuck in that rut of the same old. Because that rut is actually what's keeping us like the Four of Cups card. Okay? So this message was definitely a good one. If you keep doing what you always done, you're going to keep on getting what you always got. In a way, that's good because you're on the right path. But we actually would like an upgrade, something better. Don't you want something better? Thanks for listening.